Hey friends! In this video, I'll show you how I finish completed woven items. This information will be useful for anyone who's passionate about paper vine weaving. My name is Elena. You're on the Weevyn channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started. So you've woven an item from paper vine. What's next? The next step is finishing your completed piece. This step is essential for added protection. It makes your piece stronger and more durable, acts like glue to lock all the strokes in the weaving in place, seals any exposed cut ends on the rods, and provides UV protection if you use a UV-resistant acrylic varnish. You can go straight to finishing your completed piece, or you can let it dry completely first and then apply the finish. Or you can skip the finishing altogether. It's entirely up to you. For example, smaller items are already quite sturdy on their own, especially if you know they won't be exposed to any harsh conditions, moisture, dryness, friction, etc. Take this dried carrot, for instance. It's rock hard like a stone. I'm not going to coat it with acrylic varnish. As for me, I usually move on to this step once my piece is completely dry. This is especially true if the item needs to dry on a rigid form, to prevent the stakes from shifting and the piece from warping after it fully dries. Now let's prepare the finishing solution. I use a matte acrylic varnish for the finish, so the finished piece doesn't have too much shine, and warm water. I mix them in a roughly 2:3 ratio, 2 parts acrylic varnish to 3 parts water. The consistency should be like milk. The goal of this solution is to get into those hard-to-reach spots between the strokes in the weaving and create a thin protective film. I'll take a small item, a carrot, and use it to demonstrate the finishing process. Finishing a larger completed piece works exactly the same way. Always wear gloves when working with solutions. Protect your hands. I'm not wearing gloves right now, but this is an exception since the carrot is very small and my hands barely touch the solution. I pour the solution over the carrot from all sides. If you have plenty of solution, you can fully submerge it. Then place the carrot so that the excess solution can drip off. I use 2 thick knitting needles for this. It minimizes contact points between the item and the surface, so varnish doesn't pull there. I leave the carrot and, after a few minutes, I check how the solution is draining for the first time. Then I check periodically to make sure the solution isn't pooling in one spot and drying that way on the piece. All the solution has dripped off. If there are any drip marks, remove them with a dry, stiff brush. I leave the carrot to dry completely. Once the carrot is dry, I use a dry, stiff brush to apply a thin coat of acrylic varnish to the piece. There's very little varnish on the brush, and I spread it evenly over the entire carrot. If any varnish pulls up, I remove the excess with the brush. Once the entire carrot is coated with acrylic varnish, I let it dry. After that, you can apply a second coat of acrylic varnish if needed. Let's compare a finished piece coated with acrylic varnish to one that isn't. Visually, you won't see any difference. The coated piece will be harder than the uncoated one. Now the carrot is complete. You can use it as decor. Thank you for choosing weaving.